My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine, the best of the best of the best, and the most caring doctor in medicine. Dr. B wants to remind you to never ever forget that after more than 30 years in medicine, Dr. B really loves you, Dr. B really genuinely cares about you, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. Dr. B today wants to talk to all of you guys who are engaging in excessive endurance sports, right? Whether it's biking, running, and skiing, and blah, 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 cross-country skiing, right? Excessive endurance sports, or decathlon or pentathlon, and why it is better to refrain from excessive endurance sports. I'm not talking about endurance sports. Go ahead, be my guest. Run 5K, run 10K, do biking and hiking and blah, 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 endurance, long distance, go ahead, be my guest. It's the best thing you can do in your life. Here I'm talking about excessive, overdoing it. Means running marathon all the times, or marathon or pentathlon, decathlon, constantly overstressing your heart, overstressing your cardiovascular system for no purpose. What is the point? I don't understand. There are two reasons why you need to avoid that. Every day, if you look in the news, every freaking day, all over the world, young athletes, very young people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, who engage into these excessive, again I insist, excessive, not regular endurance training, not regular one, excessive, overdoing it. They collapse and they die of sudden cardiac death in the middle of the race. Just look at the news. It is no secret to anyone. It is just too much of a risk. But again, why not? Some people might say, why not? The guy is a boxer and he's putting himself at higher risk, right, of developing nasty traumatic encephalopathy by receiving blows to the head, and of course Parkinson's disease. The expert professional football player who received so many blows in the head that he developed chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, dementia, blah, 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 right? Why not? But it's too much of a risk. My brother never allowed his son to play football, and never allowed his daughter, my niece, to play gymnastics, because unless you do it at a professional level and you make money out of it, you're just taking too much risk. There's so many other sports that you can do, millions of other sports. Why take even small amount of risk? But again, you get my point. I'm talking about excessive. So you put yourself at risk of sudden cardiac death in the middle of the race. That's number one, right? Number two, you put yourself at higher risk of AFib in the future. Atrial fibrillation, AFib, is a nasty disease of the heart. Nasty, nasty disease of the heart. It will change your life once you are diagnosed with AFib. Your life will no longer be the same. It's the number one most common irregular heartbeat in adults, right? As we get older, the risk of developing AFib, irregular heartbeat, increases, and there are many risk factors: diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, smoking, alcohol, blah, blah, blah. And one of them is over-endurance exercise, hypertension, diabetes, stress, smoking, alcohol, obesity, sleep apnea, poor diet, thyroid disorder, and over-endurance exercise. Means you are pushing your heart to the limit. Your heart is not made to run marathon. The human heart is not made for that. It's a stress, it's a strain that if you keep repeating over many years, a few 10, 20, 30, who knows, everybody's different. Eventually, you're either going to die of a sudden cardiac death in the middle of the race, like it happens all the time, or you're going to develop AFib. Again, I'm just saying this is one of the risk factors among many others, right? So engage in regular long distance exercise. Do not overdo it. Engage in endurance exercise, but don't go into the field of over endurance exercise. Your heart, evolution, God didn't create your heart, the human heart, to keep running marathons and decathlons and all this crazy super long distance 150K bike race. What is the point? Why don't you run a 40K bike race? Why don't you run a 20K bike race? It's just enough for you, right? Unless, again, I'm saying you're a professional athlete and you do it for the money. But if you're a regular guy and you have a regular job and mom and dad and husband and wife and children and blah, 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 and your hobby is to do biking, is to do running, jogging, good for you. Go ahead, do long distance, but don't overdo it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because the risk of sudden cardiac death, collapsing in the middle of the race and leaving your wife as a widow or your husband as a widower and your children with no father or no mother, and the disaster that you cause in your family. And in addition to that, the risk of long-term developing AFib. Now, long-term can be in a few years or in 10 years and 20 years. Who knows? It's a risk factor. Like smoking cigarette, right? You can develop lung cancer, bladder cancer, pancreatic cancer, throat cancer in 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or 30 years or never. Right? Some people who smoke never develop cancer. Some people who smoke never develop COPD. Some people who smoke do develop COPD and cancer. Nobody knows why is it that humans are so different when it comes to adversity. Somebody's gonna drink wine for the rest of his life, 50 bottles per year, never develop cirrhosis of the liver, but another guy gonna drink just a few glasses of wine here and there and develop cirrhosis of the liver. It is hard to know what makes up these genetic variabilities between humans. So it's the same when it comes to excessive endurance sports. In my opinion, again, it's my opinion, the risks are not worth it. And if you could stick to regular endurance sports, you will keep yourself from developing a sudden cardiac death and collapsing in the middle of the race and destroying your own family, your own life and everything. In addition, you will keep yourself from developing AFib, which is a nasty heart disease, nasty irregular heartbeat that puts you at higher risk of developing clots, developing clots in your heart that migrates in your brain and cause you a stroke. Right? Some things are not worth the risk. My dad used to say, 10 minutes of pleasure, a lifetime of misery. Now that 10 minutes of pleasure can be about unprotected sex. 10 minutes of pleasure can be about eating a nasty pizza. 10 minutes. It can be 10 minutes. It can be about drinking that nasty tequila. Do you know what I'm saying? 10 minutes of pleasure, a lifetime of misery. Again, that's my opinion. Dr. B is here to bring you the science. The science is here about the risk of super long distance running. All the studies have proven it. National Library of Medicine, PubMed, this is where all the scientific publications regarding medicine, surgery, blah, blah, this is where the science is, the proof is. And this is all my references. Dr. B never gives you his opinion. My opinion is based on the science. I just bring you the facts, the science, so that you make your own decision. I love you guys regardless of your gender, ethnicity, color of your skin, political orientation, sexual orientation, religion. I swear to God, whether you're an atheist or a Muslim or a Jew or whatever the culture you are, I don't give a damn. I love humans. I love you. And that's why I went to medical school, for the love of people, for the love of mankind, and for the love of medicine. Put your comments, your questions, everything you have down there, even criticism. I swear to God, unlike my ex-girlfriend, I'm open to criticism, to improve myself, to improve this channel. God willing, I will see you in the next video. Khop kun mak na krap, khop kun mak na krap, sawadee krap. Bye-bye, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.